We're going to examine the upcoming meme season in this video, and which chain will take the lead in this regard. XRP's main liquidity payments are now available in India. We actually discussed this earlier, but I simply forgot to close it. Let's move on. Next, we'll discuss the Web3 event announcement with Sony and how big that will be. Finally, we'll discuss the Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit as it draws to a close, and, what do we think will happen? We're going to dissect PL's play. So take a seat, unwind, and let's dive into a Bitcoin $64,053 without further ado. Over the last 24 hours, it has decreased by 1.01%. However, it does demonstrate some vitality in all of it. After a 39% decline, Ethereum is showing some life on the hourly charts, closing at $27.49. Both USDC and USDT are approaching their dollar, though it dropped to 78 in the last day. PEX's XRP is still showing signs of life and is attempting to return to the 60-cent mark. Given that it is Monday and the entire cryptocurrency market capitalization is currently $2,270 billion, it would be fantastic to get back and make 60 cents on that new resistance level on the hourly chart. As you are aware, I work on Mondays. Each Monday, I purchase $800 worth of quant. Observe that every moment I used my tiny DCA trick, I was receiving quant, which is down here, around $55. Mastered it. Cheaper 60s, but still a fantastic value. I'm telling you, I believe my DCA will likely be at the $70 level when all is said and done and things start to go up, which puts me just waiting for this to reach its peak. I believe it will accomplish more than that, at least a 7x, and I've been purchasing quant for the past 5 to 6 months. I'm prepared for this explosive run. Remember to retrieve your tumblers. I'm not sure if there are still 14 available. The page hasn't been updated by me. Over the last half a year, we have continued to develop, construct, and innovate. These additional initiatives are how do they proceed? They're still making an effort to promote their photographs. Their artwork onto something completely useless. I continued by saying that we have already returned over 800,000 XRP to our holders. To use Tron Mecoin, all you have to do is hold it. That's how incredibly simple it is. Season after the craze for Solana memes, Justin is one clever guy. He witnessed what Solana found effective. He observed what caused the Solana chain to become widely popular and raise prices, correct? What did he do well? It was the little meme coin launcher, after all. He constructed the same thing, but on TRX, and that's when, predictably, TRX began to pump. TRX even leaped over Doge, seemingly threatening it one time, depending on how huge gets XRP a jump Cardano as well. You can't blame him for being a shrewd businessman, he's just doing what he does, and the next thing you see going viral will be a meme about it. They will be positioned above TRX. Watch Web3. Given that it has endorsed the Ethereum web, Sony is stepping into here. There is no secret to the game. Each of these businesses, I should clarify that all of these big companies are now entering the cryptocurrency space. Which chain will they join? Sony is stepping in. They're going on a level 2 of 20 million active users for the gaming ecosystem. That is, of course, the million-dollar question. We don't want it to go to Win Exchange. Instead, we want it to go wallet to wallet or exchange to wallet. I don't want to see it go from wallet to exchange, which is a recipe for a spectacular disaster now that we are in this Bitcoin dominance. We are fine with it going from an unknown wallet to an unknown L. However, when it goes from an unknown wallet to an exchange, that's not good. They are moving this XRP to the exchange because they are about to dump it. The epic collapse of WIDES, if monthly Bitcoin dominance closes above 58%, it may open the door for a spike to at least 73%. Nevertheless, rising wedge panning suggests a possible breakdown that might revive all of its lower objective of 39%. What, then, is he? Referring to the market capitalization dominance of Bitcoin, I displayed the chart for you. Really, I wish I had retrieved that chart. At the moment, it's not open on my computer. What's this? I wish I had it pulled up in Bitcoin. What will take place? You know this is happening 100% of the time, so there's no way this can happen. Bitcoin will inevitably keep rising, draining market liquidity in the process. Its price will become completely irrational, but it will maintain its dominant position. Could rise to the age of, say, 55, 60, 65, or 70. It will get up if you go up there. That's all going to take place there. Excuse me, but that's the nature of a bull run on Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. However, Bitcoin always goes first, so either the price will climb here or, pardon my pun, it will gain dominance. The level of dominance will increase. The dominance of Bitcoin increases. We have no idea when it will peak. Where that will be, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's around 60-65. Then the money will begin to appear. Rotate out of Bitcoin, the market share will decline, and it will probably enter the other markets first, well, maybe not most likely, but Ethereum. After that, it will probably rotate out of alt Ethereum. I don't think Ethereum will overtake Bitcoin in the next 5 years, despite reports to the contrary. Though, I don't. Unbelievably, nobody is aware that this is one of its it's 50-50, and those 50-50s. You'll either be right or incorrect, but who will actually remember that this person said this? It would be like me telling you that something will be worth $30 in 5 years. If I'm wrong, it's fantastic, but who will remember that I said it? It's great if I'm mistaken, but nobody will recall what I said. 5 years have passed. In the crypto space, 5 years is like 15 years. Nobody can foresee what will occur or whether the industry will even exist at that time. People may all quit if they discover that the network doesn't launch and it stinks during bull time. Constantly freezing, locking up, and costing too much. We're not sure why everyone might decide to quit the dreadful network. What will occur in 5 years, and then this is how it will transpire. First, Bitcoin reaches $100,000, then an alt pump 2 to 5 times from the present values. Third, a fourth parabolic pump has been retraced. Bitcoin first exhibits a parabolic phase, after which it rotates out, allowing us to access ETH. For all individuals, the playbook is that. I am not sure how much more explicit I can make the script for you, but that is exactly how this is going to unfold, and then there will be a ripple effect. They aid in my memory of the origin of this. This month's date is August 8th, but that will lead us to our last point, which is that we want to discuss this ripple. Essentially winning their battle with the SEC, as you are aware, their payment dropped from $2 billion to $125 million, and they will now pay the penalties. It remains to be seen if the SEC will accept the cash and sign the dotted line to conclude the dispute. This is comparable to the last nail in the coffin that everyone has been waiting for. Since Ripple has not paid and the SEC has not yet signed the paperwork, the lawsuit is technically still pending. Therefore, people continue to believe that it is still pending. Yes, in a sense. And, regardless of your perspective, we have a ruling. I suppose that's the right approach. To examine it, a ruling has been made regarding whether or not both sides agree on what will be discovered. I think the SEC has until October 8th to file an appeal, so that is the question I believe we will find out. Observe, this doesn't really say anything, but I believe we'll see it in September. It's buried, you know. That's next month, I believe, towards the end of September. I mean, it's either September or the first week of October, but I'm just guessing that's when we see it. If not, they have until the end. However, you know what I mean. Would you truly appeal and take this matter any further if you had just received $125 million for the resolution of a 3-year litigation that had been on your records? What exactly are you going to request? Desire an additional $50 million or $100 million? What will you actually receive? You got $25 million from this, it's finished. It is no longer a problem for you to handle. And that's the way, it's time to move on. I believe the SEC will examine it, although I could be mistaken. There's a lot that could go wrong, but if I were the SEC, I would say that Gen Z is a greedy little bee. He might wait, he might drop this, and then, come January 20th or come later this year, he's not even the SEC, so he does what Jay Clayton does, and he passes it down to the next SEC idiot. At that point, they step in and try to be the heroes.